Instagram's changed a lot over the past few months, and if you want to run ads on it in 2022, you need a brand new strategy that'll help you play into those changes so you get more love from the algorithm and much more profitable ads. So in this video, I have got the single best Instagram ad strategy for what Instagram has evolved into, which is no longer an image sharing app, right? The head of Instagram actually came right out and said that video is their focus now, specifically Reels. So this strategy is all about using the brand new Reels ad placement in a smart sequence that mimics the way people might naturally find you online, gradually getting to know, like, and trust you. This sequence just puts it all on hyperdrive, helping quickly move people from never heard of you before all the way through I am ready, let's do this. And as my friend and Facebook ads expert Amanda Bond says, ads just amplify what's already working or not working in your business. So if you've got an offer that you know people want, this is the missing piece that's going to help you scale it way up. And I do have a simple version to start with and a slightly more involved version that you can build to once you're more comfortable and see that everything's working. So we're going to start simple, get a little fancier later on in the video. Okay, so here's the big mistake that most small businesses make when it comes to advertising on Instagram or Facebook for that matter. They run an ad to a cold audience who doesn't know them yet, and they ask for a sale or for their email address. You know, they choose a conversions objective, which does seem like the best idea, right? After all, you want Instagram to find you people who are most likely to convert into paying customers. But the problem is, buying decisions just aren't made that quickly. So you end up paying a lot of money because, let's face it, conversion ads are the most expensive objective ad you can run. And they advertise to people who just aren't worth spending all that money on because they aren't ready to buy yet. They're not warmed up to you as a business yet. So how can we reach those same people for a lot less money? That's what this sequence is really all about. So we're going to create 2 levels of Reel ads, not just a one and done. So let's just get right into this. So for our first level, you're going to create what I call the magnet ad. And here's the thing, I don't really want you to think of this like an ad at all, right? This reel will never mention your business or your paid services. Your single aim here is to simply attract the right people who would be your perfect customers and repel all the wrong ones. You know, like magnets do, hence the name here. And the way you're gonna do this is to simply create a really short clip that's closely related to your business niche that either informs or inspires people on that topic. Then anyone who's interested enough to watch it would likely be your perfect customer. So now let's just get into the specifics of what this clip should be, right? So first of all, I want to shake off this myth that Reels need to look like this, right? You don't need to dance and point. I'm dancing, I'm pointing to make the point. You don't need to do that. And you certainly don't have to follow the latest trends from TikTok. So if you want to do it that way, you certainly can, right? If that's your thing, do it. But if your reel has good information that's delivered in an engaging way, which can often mean you just speaking directly to camera with a good amount of enthusiasm and energy, the right people will be interested in getting that information. I've honestly never seen one of these, dancing and pointing videos that I think nails the material any better than if they were to just say it. So not to mention, if you get caught up in the trap of following all the trends on TikTok, those trends change daily, right? Unless you're gonna make advertising on Instagram your new full-time job, you don't have time to keep up with all that. And in case you're ever stuck for ideas here, a great all-purpose prompt for your reel would be to think about your ideal customer's biggest problem or stumbling block that's in their way right now. Then just make a short video giving them the one piece of advice or the 3 tips or the truth behind the common myth that's blocking them from getting what they want, right? The idea here is you're inspiring them that what they want is possible, and maybe you're even giving them a shortcut or a quick win that they can achieve on their own through your advice. And I know examples help. So, let's say you're a wedding photographer. You might want to show 3 couple poses that nobody else is doing. Or if you're a chiropractor, bust the myth that, they'll need to keep coming in for life once they've gotten started with you. Or if you're a life coach, you could share the secret to having the most productive morning ever. So now let's talk logistics, right? How do you make this? How long should it be? Who do you show it to? Don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through everything. So first off, Reels are vertical, so you just pull out your phone, and shoot it upright, not sideways. Just record yourself within the app, right? The finished video should be no longer than 30 seconds. That is the limit for Reels ads as of right now. And I do highly recommend just recording it in the app like you're making a normal organic reel. That's gonna let you edit it and add music, filters if you want, all that good stuff that makes it look like a native reel. So just keep in mind, if you do use music here, when it's an ad, you need to use copyright-free music. Don't try to use the popular stuff. That's just gonna get your ad taken down. Then you'll preview it and then click the download button on top. And this downloaded video is what you'll upload into the Facebook Ads Manager. You'll wanna choose manual placements, where you'll go down to Instagram and choose the Reels placement. But here's the thing, you can't just choose Reels, at least not yet. So I recommend also choosing Stories, because this type of video should also work very well there too. So you can kind of accomplish twice as much. So who exactly are you gonna show this magnet ad to in the first place? So we got a few options here. You can target people based on interests, or better yet, on a lookalike audience of previous buyers. But I wouldn't do that unless you have a list of around 1,000 people or more to start with and to base that lookalike audience on. So if you don't have that many previous customers, no worries, just do interest targeting. But the trick here is you need to stack enough closely related interests until you get to at least 500,000 people, because Facebook and Instagram like big audiences now. It really helps their algorithm work its magic. So resist the urge to get too granular here. If you're a business coach, just target something like Facebook business page admins. Don't layer that with too many other criteria, or it's just gonna restrict what Facebook is best at. And don't worry, they will find your perfect customers inside of that audience for you. And you can start these level 1 ads off at as little as $5 a day, and then you can start scaling them up if you want to once you see good results. And I do recommend coming up with 3 to 5 different reels here with completely different angles or hooks, and testing all of them against each other. So if they all work, great, you can keep them all running and then just split your ad budget between them. But more than likely, you're gonna start to see that some are performing much better than others, in which case you would just kind of turn off the ones that aren't working as well. So the winners have more budget to work with. So now that our level 1 magnet ads are running, attracting new prospects to your business, it's time for level 2. So I did promise you a simplified as well as a more advanced version here. So we're gonna start simple, right? The simple version only requires one ad here in level 2, and that's the one I call the offer they can't refuse ad. So all you need here is to decide on one clear, irresistible offer that's designed to get a new customer in the door for the first time. So this can be a free consultation call, or a free month's worth of your service as a trial, or even a good discount or add-on. It can even be a free lead magnet piece of content that people sign up for and then they get on your email list. So step 1 here is to decide on that offer. Step 2 is to let people know about it in another reel style ad. So you want to be crystal clear what the offer is, a good solid benefit they're going to get out of it, and finally, tell them exactly how to get it, which is usually going to be to click the link at the bottom of the screen. And just like the magnet ad, this does need to be 30 seconds max, vertical, and talking straight to camera is going to work just fine. But feel free to be more creative if you want. But I'll say this, only if that creativity doesn't come at the expense of clarity. Remember, clear beats clever every day of the week. So who's going to see this level 2 offer ad? Everyone who watched your level 1 magnet video. So the way you do this is when you choose your targeting options, you're going to click on Create New Custom Audience. Under Facebook Sources, choose Video, and then click Next. Under Engagement, choose people who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video, then click where it says Choose Videos. Make sure you select Instagram Business Profile under Video Sources, then check all of your level 1 magnet ads if you have more than one. And if you have other videos in here that you think would be good to retarget, go ahead and check those as well. So in general, the bigger the audience is, the better. Then click confirm. Under retention, I recommend setting this to 30 days. I like 30 days because it's going to give you a fairly large audience that's interacted with you recently enough to remember who you are. And it also gives plenty of time and opportunity for those repeat views, which is crucial to good advertising. So this is all pretty straightforward so far, right? Well, that was the simple starter version of the strategy. But if you want to see even better results, there are a few more real ads that you can add into the mix here in level 2. So these ads are really cleverly designed to help you mimic that organic experience of someone just stumbling across you online naturally, consuming some of your content, getting to know, like, and trust you more and more each time as they go along in the process. And while I say this is advanced, these ads aren't any trickier to pull off than the other ones. I'm just adding them into the more advanced version because it requires you to make more ads. But I'd always rather you just start, with the bare minimum and then get fancier with it after you're up and running. So let's just take a look at each of these ads one at a time, starting with the hot take ad. So in this short video, you're just going to talk about a belief you have or an opinion that your best customers would likely agree with. So in my case, I'll be my own example here. I made a video saying that social media is not the new website, right? And I just explained why I thought that. Now, everyone who already agrees with how important a website is to their business feels like I get them. And then everyone who does think that social media is more important than a website, they're just not a good fit for what I'm selling anyway. So this is really designed to pull people one way or the other on you, which is a good thing, right? You're not for everyone. And by declaring what you stand for, your people are going to feel that much more like you're for them. And since this one isn't taking people anywhere off of Instagram, I would stick with a video views objective here. And our next ad is what I call the humble brag. So one key ingredient to making more sales or bookings is trust, right? People need to see that you've helped others before them, or that you're a known authority in your space if they're ever going to trust you and what you say you can do for them. So in this particular ad, you're going to either feature a clip of you speaking from a stage, or being interviewed as an expert on a podcast. Or if you don't have anything like that, this could also be a video testimonial from a past or current customer who's doing the talking for you. There are many ways you can do this, but the overall goal here is to show you as the expert that you are, or at least show results that you've gotten for other people. And this one would also be set as a video views objective when you're setting it up. And our final ad here is what I call the coffee date. So this is where you ask them for a small commitment and to meet you somewhere off of Instagram, like your website or your blog, or to listen to a podcast episode or watch a YouTube video you made. The idea here is you're making a smaller ask before you ask a bigger one. So it's kind of like asking someone out to coffee before you hit them up with a full-blown dinner invitation. Because once someone's already made a smaller commitment, like clicking a link to go to your website, they're much more likely to say yes to you again when the ask is bigger, like scheduling that consultation with you or paying for your core service. And since we're moving people off of Instagram and onto your website here, you want to go with a traffic objective on this one. So you're going to run all 3 of these bonus ads alongside the offer they can't refuse ad in level 2. Then once someone watches your magnet ad in level 1, they get put into the custom audience and they're now eligible to be shown all 4 level 2 ads for a period of 30 days. By showing all 4 messages, people will not only get that repeated exposure to your brand, they're going to receive it in different ways. Everyone responds differently to different messaging, and that's the secret sauce here to reaching more people and managing to convince a much higher percentage of them that they want to work with you over anyone else. And the really cool part is that now these prospects are worth much more to your business since they're properly warmed up, making them much more likely to actually want to take you up on your paid offer. But what if you're not quite ready for paid Instagram marketing? Well, I've got some pretty incredible free strategies you can use too. So just click this video where I'm going to share all my favorite 5-minute Instagram marketing strategies you can get started on today that won't cost you anything. And they're still definitely powerful enough to help your business grow pretty quickly. So click right here and I'll show you what I mean.